there is no gag order. So Blake Lively's lawyers are asking that there be a gag order on Brian Friedman, who is Justin Baldoni's lawyer. There will be no gag order. Gag orders are usually ordered and issued in the middle of a trial, in the middle of litigation. Okay, in the middle when there's a hearing and it hasn't started yet. So what has actually happened, again, misinformation, is that Blake Lively's lawyers sent a letter to the judge because a judge has been assigned to the case. Okay? In this letter, it says and states all this legislation and law and regulations and all that jazz. Basically states that you do not give Brian Friedman a chance to actually appear before the court because he's running amok. Now, Brian Friedman is not barred in New York, which basically means he didn't do like the bar exam for New York. So I think he's just a California lawyer. So when you practice in different states, you need to have passed the bar exam for each and every state. So he didn't do that in New York, so which basically just means he needs to gain permission from the court system there to say that he wants to be able to practice law or appear before a judge and practice law only when it comes to this particular case. So through in like an ad hoc basis. So they write this at the end of the letter, and they're basically asking the judge to have to start a conversation surrounding this in this actual letter. They're basically saying that Brian Friedman is trouble, okay, and is bad news, and for the court or the legal regulators in New York to give Brian Friedman access to actual practice law and actually appear before the judge in the trial, he needs to be approved. So Blake Lively's lawyers are basically saying, don't approve Brian Friedman to practice in New York. Technically, in New York, Brian Friedman is actually acting underneath particular lawyers, a couple of lawyers, and it's at the end of the 179-page lawsuit in the state of New York. They're saying, oh my God, this could taint the jury. There's no such thing. Like, only you and I and only a few people on this earth knows about the Blake Lively lawsuit. Even though it's gone viral on social media, our mamas, our pops, our grandpapa, our grandmothers, our mamas, cousins, girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, they do not know. The majority of people in society do not know about the Blake Lively and the Blake Lively lawsuit. It ends with this drama. People don't even know about the movie. People just know about the drama. People just know that there's drama surrounding it, but not actually about the actual lawsuit. And it will not pass. Number two, because it's smaller in the sense that it's small in the sense of what the world is usually concerned about. People are concerned about like greater things, politics, economy. People are usually not. Like, this is not that famous, even though it's super famous on social media. So it hasn't translated. Number two, Blake is a celebrity. When it comes to these things, it's kind of given. It's kind of like given that, lawyers can basically do all of this because Blake is a public figure and all of these things that are happening is valid because she's a public figure. And a lot of people are saying, how can you gag Justin Baldoni for doing something that you started? Fair. And I completely agree with that point because that's exactly it. If Blake Lively did not give this lawsuit to the reporter to file, then all of this, I would not even be talking to you about this. It would not be a thing, right? So it is kind of a double standard. It's giving hypocrisy, right? And that's basically why I think the gag order or the conversation about the gag order would not go through. So I didn't just get all this from reading all everything. I actually been following lawyers on TikTok. So there's a civil lawyer. It's her username, I think, is not actually golden, all one word, just how it's spelled. And she is a woman, I forgot which state in southern Southern America, who's been kind of breaking down kind of like the legal aspects. There are also very good lawyers as well, who are racialized, who are also talking about these things. So that's where I got it from. So I don't think the gag order is going to work. We're going to spend this video really talking about my final thoughts in the last video, because I broke down the video, but I didn't really conclude on the video because it's been late and 45 minutes already passed. So I didn't really conclude. So I'm going to summarize all of that and then go to the pros and cons of Justin and Blake. And then I have so many notes, guys, and I have the complete timeline 2023 and 2024. I'm just going to list it. I did like a control F of the entire lawsuit of Justin Baldoni's, and then the complaint for Blake Lively. So we are on the same page before the website drops. I do think the website's going to drop, and I do think it's going to drop this weekend. A website listing all the text messages between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. I really do think that's going to happen. So what was my last video? So you guys should watch my last video. Before I do that, who am I? You'll never tell. XOXO Gossip Girl. And honestly, Blake Lively was really good in that. I wasn't a big Blake Lively fan. I was in that. I really liked her in like the Traveler's Wife movie, and also of course Sister of the Traveling Pants. I mean, that movie is timeless. I need to watch it again. And of course I love Justin Baldoni in Jane the Virgin. This is I'm About It, where I talk about things that I'm about, and I am so about this entire lawsuit. I've wrapped my entire life around this lawsuit, and it's like so interesting, and I've learned so much about the movie making process. Like, I've learned so much about nudity writer and nudity coordinator, intimacy coordinator. There is a difference, and it's just completely interesting. So that's why I'm about this lawsuit. But I usually talk about TV shows and movies. I give reviews on TV shows and movies on my page. I just did a review on Love is Blind Germany. I did Love is Blind US, all the craziness with that. I dropped a video listing all of my favorite movies and TV shows of 2024. So there's tons of movies and TV shows that I'm watching. I'm watching Young, Rich, and African. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna start watching Wags to Riches. There's a lot of like cable shows that are new that I'm gonna watch, and I'll probably put a video out for that. So if you love all of that, definitely subscribe, definitely leave a comment and like and share, and stay warm out. It's super cold out. Yesterday it was like negative 20 degrees Celsius. I'm in Canada, by the way. And so let's get into it. So what are my thoughts of the overall slow dancing video? So it's clear to me that Blake Lively was completely uncomfortable at several moments. And this is what I've concluded. This is my theory. Okay, this is my theory. I do believe, and again, this is a channel where we are unbiased. We are just here to understand both sides. Okay, I really want to understand what is going on, because I've never seen such a lawsuit like this in my life. Of course, we have the Amber Heard and the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. It was a lot going on there, and I was not into that. But this I'm into because like I'm a fan of them both, honestly. So. And you just like couldn't believe like this could be happening, especially with Justin Baldoni and his past record. And then you have Blake Lively, like her taking over the movie. So I do think that Blake Lively was completely uncomfortable in the actual dancing scene. My theory is Justin Baldoni probably just told Blake Lively just to show up on set and we're just gonna dance. We're just gonna be holding each other, looking each other's eyes. I just don't think Justin Baldoni, and this is allegedly, and this is what I think, I don't know, based off of what I've seen in the video, is that Justin Baldoni did not tell Blake Lively before they were going to film the scene that he would be caressing her neck, biting her lips, biting her ears, kissing her neck, almost kissing her. I don't think he told her that, and that's why she was visibly shocked, stunned, could not move, yada yada. That's what I am thinking. Okay, that's my theory. Because why would he be so uncomfortable? You're acting. You're Lily. Okay, now let's look at both sides of this now. The Justin Baldoni side. Actually, no, let's start with the Lily, because we're started with Lily. The Blake Lively side. The Blake Lively side is, they're stating this is S harassment. Okay, according to them, this is S harassment because she felt uncomfortable. This is what I think. This is what they're saying. She felt uncomfortable And he didn't tell her that he would be doing all of that. And then they did release a statement after that. And let me just get my phone. So professional, I don't know. I'm just a girl. And let me just read to you what they said, which actually proves my point and my theory. So they said, it's a long statement that they released. I don't know where they released it. I think maybe TMZ. As they put it, every moment of this was improvised by Mr. Baldoni with no discussion or consent in advance and no intimacy coordinator present. Mr. Baldoni was not only Miss Lively's co-star, but the director, the head of studio, and Miss Lively's boss. So this kind of validates my theory, which is I don't think Blake Lively actually told, Justin Baldoni actually told Blake Lively that this is what he was going to do. And then, that's that. And then, Blake Lively is trying to take control of the movie because she wants to get like a Taylor Swift moment and all these type of moments where she can have something of her own. And she thinks that she can do that through Justin. He's impressionable. He's a young director. He thinks that he can do that. So that is Blake Lively's side. Justin Baldoni's side is, well, you should have read the book. I told you that we would be doing this in the scene. We'll be dancing. We need to act, like we're into each other. Me doing that, like it's part of the thing. Like we're getting into it. You should have matched my vibe. You should have matched my vibe. You should have if I'm kissing your neck, you should have nuzzled your face in my neck, like things like that. And you're supposed to be acting. You were in and out of character. You kept asking me questions. You kept talking to me. I just wanted to look into your eyes because that's what I asked you to do as a director. And when I hit cut, I was done. Like there was a separation of person right there. I pushed you away. Like I'm done. We're going to the next scene. I was clearly in character. You were not professional. And allegedly, this is my theory. And I told you what to do, and maybe you forgot it, or maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe you felt uncomfortable. I don't know why you felt uncomfortable. It's supposed to be Lily. Why are you feeling uncomfortable? And maybe you fell for me, or you thought that I was into you, but I'm not into you, Blake. I'm not. I have a wife. I have children. So that is Blake and Justin's side in regards to all of this. Obviously, there's more against Blake than there is against Justin. Justin, what I see is that maybe, again, he didn't give consent. He didn't provide consent when it comes to, him touching her. That's like when it comes to certain scenes, like a lot of people like, oh no, but you're acting. Yes, but when you're doing intimate scenes, everybody needs to know what's happening. I gave an example of this on TikTok, which in Bridgerton, Reggae and Paige, Bridgerton, the first season of Bridgerton, they did an interview promoting the movie, and they talked about how, they heard in the TV show, the first season, and they talked about how even in the intimate sex scenes, the intimate, scenes when they're wet, from the rain on the floor, getting into it, like it was very choreographed. They knew exactly where they're going to place their hand. They knew when somebody was going to be moaning. They knew when somebody was going to be touching each other. It was like 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3, because like everybody knew exactly. It was like a choreographed dance. I don't think that was the case for Justin Baldoni's scenes. I think it was kind of like improv free-for-all. Like he probably gave her the vibe of the scene, but I think Blake Lively is one of those persons, she wants to know exactly what's happening in the scene. You need to tell her in advance that she needs to approve it and need to be okay with it and need to give consent. That's what I think. That's my theories. Take her or leave it. This notebook that I have is not really a notebook I'm supposed to be writing all this stuff in, and I did like a timeline of everything because apparently I have no life, and I do want to get my own It Ends With Us lawsuit book. I need to get a life, truly. But anyways, I did a Control F on the lawsuit because I was on my phone scrolling. I did a Control F for each and every month. I kind of like wrote down. It doesn't seem like they really are in. They're at odds when it comes to when things are happening. I think they're at odds. Like August is like a crazy month, like PR month. Like August, like a lot of mumbo jumbo marketing stuff happens there, and like tons of marketing PR stuff happens there. I think that's like the most month where they're in, like they completely disagree. But for most of it, I think the dates are quite linear, and we can put it together here. So when it started for 2023 and 2024, I mean, we can start from 2020, like Justin reached out to Colleen Hoover. 2021, Blake Lively signs her actor contract. She's an executive producer, and that's it. Okay, 2023. So March of 2023, intimacy coordinator hired. April 6th, Lively got the intimacy coordinator. March, it was when Blake, Justin, hired the intimacy coordinator, and then Justin actually met with the intimacy coordinator. April 23rd, March 23rd was the slow dancing. March 23rd was the slow dancing. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place there. Sorry, March 23rd, slow dancing. And intimacy coordinator. April, they met the intimacy coordinator. Okay, May. In the beginning of May of 2023 is when production began. May 8th, they approved, SAG approved, and everybody approved the nudity writer. But for some reason, Blake didn't sign the contract for the nudity writer. But Justin Baldoni and his team was forced to pay for the nudity writer. But Blake never signed the contract. Anyways, May 8th, nudity writer. May 26th, Blake asked Sony to file a complaint, like a sexual harassment complaint. May of 26. Okay. May 29, another cast member lodged a complaint because, according to this another cast member, which we forgot about, the other cast people, apparently it's a girl. Allegedly, Justin Baldoni said gross and unwanted comments towards her and others. Okay, so this has been going on before. This has been going on in May. So it started in May, y'all. So May was when everybody was like issuing sexual harassment complaints. Okay, and now we're going into. I think that's it. That's it for May. So now we're going into June. So April's past, June. Production was suspended. June 27th was when production was suspended. Okay. July, August, September was when that text between Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath saying that Blake didn't read the book. October, November 9th, the 17-point return to work document, and then November 9th was when they returned back to production. So they suspended in June and they started production in May. So they only filmed for like a month in 2023. Do you guys know, like, filming movies only takes a couple months? You think it would take like years, but I think financing movie takes years, I believe. So that's 2023. Now we're going into last year, so 2024. January 4th was when, allegedly Justin Baldoni was yelled at by Ryan Reynolds in the room. There was, the production approved by Blake Lively, and then it was Jamie Heath, and then a Sony rep, and then Blake Lively herself. January 17th was when actually Justin Baldoni actually signed the 17-point return to work thing, apparently. So I guess they agreed to it in November, but they assigned it in January, I guess to please Ryan, because Ryan was apparently still obsessed. I don't know why Ryan's involved. But anyways, February 9th, 2024, production ended. Okay, so in January 5th of 2024, production resumed, and then it ended in February 9th. So it was from May to June of 2023, and then from January 2024 to February 2024. So they filmed the movie for 2 months. March 2024, Justin let Blake in. So March and April, Justin let Blake in to basically edit. In April 2024, Blake gets approval rights from Sony over scenes. May, we have Baldoni started marketing. So apparently, so it's interesting because I'm learning, not learning, but reminding myself of the actual things that's happened. I mean, these are alleged, obviously, but to get it all straight, Baldoni actually started filming or started marketing for the film in May of 2024. He went to like a flower bouquet. There was like interviews and, cameras and things like that. Apparently on or around May 17th, maybe was when he was blocked by all of his cast members. I could be wrong. He was blocked. And then in June of 2024 was when everybody started doing the marketing campaign without Justin Baldoni. June 20th, Abel, which is Justin's PR, launched her firm. Now we're going into July. July 10th was when Abel told Jones that she started her own business. So it's interesting. She started her own business before she told her current employer. I mean, these are alleged. According to Blake, that's what she said. But in Justin Baldoni's, it said that in June 20th, she started her firm. So, and then in Blake Lively, apparently Abel told her current employer that she started her firm after she started her firm. That's a bit messy, girl. July 25th, Justin Baldoni appeared in a pop-up marketing with Blake in a flower shop. And then July 31st, Justin hired the Crisis PR. So Justin was in some of the marketing pop-ups and events with Blake in the beginning, and then he wasn't. So it ended after July. So now we're going into August. So August is a lot of like PR mumbo jumbo nonsense. But I'm not going to go through all the PR stuff. It's a lot because I would have to then go through Sloan, which is Blake Lively's PR lawsuit that she filed against Abel and Justin Baldoni, which I've skimmed, but I haven't really read through thoroughly. So in August, so the key dates we need to know, I think. August 6th, the film premiere, where Justin was in the basement, which we all know, and then he wasn't allowed to, he was allowed to roam the carpet, but only for a limited time. He was pushed out of the carpet to go to the basement to the film. So that's August 6th. August 8th, Sloan and Nathan. So Nathan is Justin Baldoni's crisis management person. So Melissa Nathan, crisis PR. And then Sloan, Blake's PR. Both agreed to not talk to reporters. Not talk to any reporters and just do the marketing. Not give any statements. But according to Justin Baldoni, Sloan slipped and was being messy. August 13th, so their agency, Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath's agency, like their reps, like they're not PR, they're not marketing, they're not publicists, they're like their agency, like one who like your manager, they're managers, let's just say that, told Baldoni and told them that they need to apologize publicly to Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively for what they did, yada yada yada. Remember, the executives from the agency told them that. So basically, their managers, the manager agency, basically the agency that their managers work at. So their executives told them to do it, and Blake and Justin and Mr. Heath basically said, "No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna apologize for something I didn't do." So that's the timeline. And it's good to know because I firmly believe that Brian Freeman will be dropping the website with all the text messages. That is definitely going to happen, especially before the judge tells him he can't do it or warns him to be careful, blah, blah, blah. I think he's going to drop it this weekend. I'm interested. I'm here, but it is a lot of work. Please do subscribe. Please do share, like, comment. You can send me money. Like, I'm okay with whatever. Like, really. No, I'm joking. But thank you so much. This is like really being really interesting. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through, and it's really good to understand both sides. And I'm now understanding both sides. And now I'm ready for more. I've digested. Bring it on. We got this. Stay warm. It's really cold. It's -20 here in Ontario, Canada. Stay woke and stay healthy, and please be safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out my other videos, please. Bye, guys.